All right. Jeez. What is up? What is up? I got on this a little late, but yes. Yes. Hunnaball Am, episode 3. Welcome. Welcome to the show with the most. Yeah, everything's going? All right, cool. I kind of hopped on this one a little haphazardly because I was trying to set up for my segment today. That's right, I prepared this time. So it's going to be a good one. I'm excited. So, welcome. I got it all hooked up right now. I can see the chat and I can also see my laptop, which is two separate things. But yeah, so good morning, everybody. Let me be the first to welcome you to Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. And I'll tell you, it's bright and early, but I took a cold shower. I'm feeling good. So while everyone files in, I want to tell a quick story because I feel like that would be a fun way to start these things off. That way, you know, I don't know. It just seems fun. So this one I call the Micah Parsons story. I may have told this one on stream before, but in case I haven't, I want to now. So this story could go a plethora of ways. I met Micah Parsons. He was a dick. But what actually happened was a little more, I don't know, embarrassing? A little more of a weird move. So this was around last August. I didn't stream when Micah Parsons got traded because I was on a trip. I was in Europe and I was not in the mood to stream at 2 in the morning when the news broke, although I did stay up all night watching other people stream and discuss it because I couldn't get enough. I could not get enough of Micah Parsons being traded to the Packers and the Cowboys effectively blowing their season. And regardless of what you think how it turned out, the Cowboys seem to kind of land on their feet by trading for some defensive players. Still doesn't feel like a great move. It's not the Luka trade bad, but it's, you know, probably not the best thing they should have done, even with Micah Parsons getting hurt and missing the season, as I'm sure Cowboys fans were thrilled. I just want to make sure that everything's going through. I have trust issues. So let me just make sure that I am in fact streaming. Yep, okay. Perfect. Cool. Had to reuse a background, but that's fine. Drop a like if you haven't already. I think it turns into a football. Let's go. I think I figured it out. I think I figured out the hashtags. But anyway, back to my story. So I didn't stream when Micah Parsons got traded. And I regret that because it seems like when you stream during big events, it gets big views. So what happened was I was flying back home and one of my stops was in Dallas. And I thought, I know in Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, I just know for a fact there are multiple, it's ridiculous, multiple stores that are only selling Cowboys merchandise. You wouldn't even believe it. Dallas-Fort Worth in general is such a nightmare to traverse. If you've ever been, you know exactly what I'm talking about. God forbid you have a fast connection. I mean, it is hell. And from what I've heard, a lot of being in Dallas is hell. I mean, I've also heard it's fun, but, you know, driving is tough. The airport is hell to navigate. It's got every kind of food you could ever want, so that's nice. But you got to hop on a train just to go to the next, terminal. It's huge. It's gigantic. Everything's bigger in Texas. They really wanted to pound that point home with the airport because every time I go, I feel like I'm going to miss my connection. And this time was no different. Because I had a connection at I landed at E40. There it is, E40. Shout out San Francisco rapper. But I landed at E40. I had to go to B24. I had to go 3 terminals down. And Micah Parsons has just gotten traded. And when I was on the flight, an idea crossed my mind. I wonder if they still sell Micah Parsons jerseys. I mean, shit, he was only traded like 3 days ago. I doubt they would pull him from the store. They might be on clearance, but I bet they'll be there. So I thought it would be funny if I went into one of the Dallas Cowboys stores and got myself a Micah Parsons jersey. Not to purchase, of course, but to take a picture of and make fun of. And I thought it would be a good bit, and I would post it on my Instagram, you know, as a little FU to the Dallas Cowboys. It would be funny. Who loves the people? You either hate or love the Dallas Cowboys, and either way, I was excited to get a reaction. So I go, knowing full well that I very well could have missed my flight. I was with my mom, and she was like, why are we going this weird way? Shouldn't we just hop on the trolley? And I'm like, yeah, but, you know, there's this really cool sandwich spot I want to try. I saw it on Instagram. Completely lied to her. Bold-faced lie. So what happened was I'm effectively sprinting through the airport, which everyone makes fun of that guy. The guy's sprinting through the airport. And the reason was even dumber, because I went to the Dallas Cowboys merchandise store. The guy said, hey, what's up, man? You a Cowboys fan? I said, And then I just kept walking, and I see it in the back right corner, Micah Parsons jerseys. And my mom had not caught up to me at the time, so I figured it's now or never. This or we missed the flight, which I did not want to do after going on an international trip for 8 days. I was not trying to miss a flight and spend even more time in the cursed city of Dallas, Texas. So I go, and I set my phone up and put on the timer, a little 10-second timer, grab a Micah Parsons jersey, and hold it up like a jersey swap. And I thought it was pretty funny. And the guy in the store didn't. He effectively kicked me out. He said, "What? Get the fuck out of here." He didn't say that exactly, but he did very much like, "Hey, get out of here." Like, what are you doing here, man? You trying to make fun of us? It was all a bunch of Cowboy fans. He did not like my vibe. But I took the picture. It was great, and I was gonna post it. But then I thought, the Giants are playing the Cowboys in week 2. Very good chance that Giants win that game. This was when I was still hopeful for the 2025 New York Giants. Very good chance the Giants win that game. And of course, in week 2, as you remember, it was an up and down affair the entire way through. I thought multiple times throughout that game that I would be able to post my Micah Parsons picture. I was so excited. It was so perfect. Malik Neighbors scored that touchdown. Giants took the lead. I was so fired up. I was like, I'm going to post this picture. This is the greatest day of my life. The Giants are good again. We're so back. We beat the Cowboys in Dallas. Their vibes are terrible. They're going to drop down to 0-2, and we're finally not going to start 0-2. Everything's perfect. And then Brandon Aubrey happened. And then Russ threw the ball backwards. And then Russ threw an interception. And then the Giants lost. Thanks a lot, Shane Bowen. So because of that, I now have a picture in my camera roll that Apple loves to remind me that I have of me holding up a Micah Parsons jersey, and I can't even enjoy it because it reminds me of the time that the Cowboys completely snowed us. So I was thinking about that story. I wanted to tell it on stream today, and I'm also going to edit it in. I mean, I can't edit right now. I'm live streaming. So let me just pull up the picture here really quick, and we'll get going. I got a fun show planned. We're going to be comparing coaches to ice cream. Comparing coaches to ice cream, but I wanted to start like this, get some people to file in. I just thought it was funny. I was willing to miss a flight to make fun of the Cowboys, and even then, here's the picture. I don't know. Yeah, there it is. It's kind of out of focus. It doesn't look amazing, but that's me, if you can't tell, in a Cowboy store with a Micah Parsons jersey, making fun of him. A great moment in my life, but definitely, definitely not what Dallas wanted to see. We got Giants fan 10 here. What is up, man? My chat is all messed up right now because hold on. Oh boy, this is a nightmare. I just got to fix this really quick. I set up my chat to be on my, oh God, are you kidding me? Oh, this is great. This is great. Here we go. I got it. I understand it now. Yes. There we go. All right, now I can actually see the chat. I was worried about that. Okay, big. All right. So now I want to do this little morning segment, right? Because, hey, I said I was going to start writing stuff for these shows, and then we'll do our little sports chat. I want to talk about the Kid Rock halftime show. But this segment should take up the meat of the production, so I'm excited about it. This is comparing coaches to ice cream flavors. I want to make sure yep, muted. Perfect. We got a little Nintendo music going here. Perfect. Everything is working out. Everything is coming together right now. It's a beauty when things just work. Much like the Giants or the Cowboys offense against the Giants in the fourth quarter. Anyways, okay. So here we go. I really got to get better at doing this. I cannot see. Ugh. Okay, how are we doing this morning? How are we doing this morning, Giants fan 10? Morning. All right. This is Coaches and Ice Cream by Hunnaball, which is me, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about maybe 4 to 5 of these, and then I'll read the chat. So it's not like I'm ignoring it, but I also don't want to take up too much time here. All right. First one, and this is going to be varied levels of thought and detail in this one. There's vibes, but also some logic. It's a weird list. It's comparing coaches to ice cream, for God's sake. First up, the Tonight Dough makes the most sense to me as Sean McVay. When I'm eating, we got Otis here as well. What's up, guys? When I'm eating, what a time to join. when I'm eating ice cream, specifically the Tonight Dough, I'm like, there's more? There's really more? I thought it was good. Was up till 4 a.m. watching Japanese wrestling. That's badass. When I'm eating the Tonight Dough, it's like there's more. There's cookie dough. There's Oreos. There's chocolate. This is great. The flavor's good. The topping's great. Everything about it is great. I love everything about it. Okay? I think Sean McVay is the best and also most likable coach in the NFL. He's funny. He's a team player, but he's also super smart. He's got personality. He knows schemes. He's got a great staff cabinet. I think he's one of the best coaches ever. And I'm not one to talk very highly on the Rams. They're not my favorite team, but credit where it's due. Sean McVay is one of the best coaches I've ever seen, and Aaron Donald is an absolute stud. So there you go. Matt Stafford's still not a Hall of Famer, and Cooper Kupp certainly is not. But I don't think I have to debate anyone on that besides the one Rams fan I know. But that's how I feel about Sean McVay, the Tonight Dough. I love this flavor too. It's my favorite flavor of ice cream. I wish Jimmy Fallon was not on the packaging. It doesn't matter. It's not like I'm staring at him while I eat it, which would be awkward. But it's a great flavor. If you haven't had the Tonight Dough, it's like 2,000 calories a pint, but it's worth every penny. Next up, Netflix and Chilled. Sean Payton. So listen, I've heard great things about Netflix and Chilled. I've never had it. And to be quite frank with you, I don't love pretzels and ice cream. You know what I mean? I don't love when you are an accessory to paying players to injure other players. I don't love that. But I've heard, and everyone tells me I'm supposed to like this flavor. It's a really good flavor. And I don't doubt that it's really good. I'm sure it sounds good. What do we got? Pretzels, peanut butter ice cream, fudge brownies. Like, it sounds good. But the pretzels are kind of off-putting to me. So I believe it's good, but I'm not all the way there with it. I actually took notes. I shouldn't just be riffing this. But yeah, so I just can't wrap my head around it. That's me with Netflix and Chilled. All right, next up. Mint chocolate cookie or mint chocolate chip, John Harbaugh. So this one's interesting because it's a classic, right? John Harbaugh, I think, is 7th or 8th in all-time coaching wins, at least in the playoffs, or he's definitely in the top 10 of all-time coach wins ever. And I think that's worth noting. That does count. That means something. But I'm going to be honest with you. I like mint chocolate chip, but I feel like I'm kind of forced to like it. Does that make sense? Like, there's a gun to my head. You got to like mint chocolate chip. That's how I feel with this flavor, where it's like, I don't know, man. I don't think I would order it per se, but if I had it, I'd be really happy. Like, I think mint chocolate chip is great to have. It's a solid flavor. You can trust it to get you to the playoffs and not much more. And I don't know. I'm not going to sit there and pound the table and defend mint chocolate chip. But I feel like I have to in this case because I got it. I can't complain. You can't complain when you get mint chocolate chip. I think this is a good comp. I really like this one. I think this makes a lot of sense. If I had a clean slate, I probably wouldn't get it. But, it's here. So I'm going to accept it. All right, Dole Whips. Nick Sirianni. I don't like Dole Whips. That's my analysis. Look, the history is there. The resume is there. Nick Sirianni's a Super Bowl champion. But I don't like Dole Whips. I've never liked them. I've had them a few times. If you've been to Disneyland, Disney World, Hawaii, or any other place that sells Dole Whips, I can't think of any. They're not good. They're sour. They're just, they're rude. They yell on the sideline. But I'm just not a fan. And I can admit that there is success there. But I find it hard to believe that people trust Dole Whips and like Dole Whips. So, just going to check the chat really quick. Is the Jimmy Fallon's actually good? It's great. It's great. I wouldn't lie to you about ice cream. Let me go back. Let's just look through this flavor. You got caramel and chocolate ice cream. You got two kinds of ice cream, all right? With chocolate cookie swirls. That's the best part. That's his play calling. With gobs of chocolate chip cookie dough and peanut butter cookie dough. You got two types of cookie dough. You got cookies interlaced in the ice cream, which is chocolate and caramel, whatever. So yeah, the Tonight Dough is really good. And yeah, Netflix Chilled. Yeah, people love this flavor. Muhammad, who's usually in the chat, tells me to get it all the time. I've never had it, and I don't foresee myself getting it anytime soon. But again, that's just me. Anyways, back to it. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Next up, I didn't crop this one right. Halo Top, Liam Cohen. Look, this is a little off. We're going to get more progressively off the wall here. With Liam Cohen, it's kind of like, look, I like Halo Top. I do, and I think it's good for what it is. It's doing a lot. Low-calorie ice cream would, like in theory, a Jaguars head coach, low-calorie ice cream shouldn't work, but it does. It works pretty well. Could I see myself getting sick of it after a little bit? Yeah, definitely. Do I think that people are gonna like love Halo Top until the end of the world? Definitely not. I think in 2 to 3 years, Liam Cohen will be on the hot seat. Because that's just how fans work. The first year Coach Boom, and then next year there might be some injuries. I'm not saying I hope or anything, but there might be some injuries, and then everyone's kind of sick of it, and it's like, it's Halo Top. I'm not getting Halo Top. If I'm going to get ice cream, I want to get great ice cream. And I'm not saying Liam Cohen's not a great coach, but I am saying that he's impressive for what he is and what he's doing. You know what I mean? It's like, the Duval guy won 11 or 12 games. That's pretty impressive. But yeah, Liam Cohen is Halo Top. That's, there you go. All right. Oh, Dan Quinn is cotton candy. Easy to get sick of. Hard to find someone that's a true fan. And a cotton candy ass motherfucker. I don't care for cotton candy ice cream. Don't care for Dan Quinn. Do I need to unpack that any further? Like, I know he's supposed to be like tough, like, bite their kneecaps, grit, Dan Quinn, DQ, Dairy Queen. But that's what I should have done, a Blizzard, damn it. But, I mean, I love Blizzards, though, and I don't love Dan Quinn. I've never been a believer in his coaching style. I still blame him for the 28-3 collapse, which apparently most Atlanta Falcons fans blame Shanahan, which, what would they know? They're only fans of the team. But listen, I just don't trust Dan Quinn. I'm not worried that he's in the NFC East. I am not sold. Not sold. It's a kid's flavor, and it's a kid's head coach. Next, Kellen Moore, vanilla. I think this is pretty obvious, on the nose. I mean, look, you're not going to get excited about Kellen Moore, and I'm in no way saying he's a classic. I specifically picked the Ben & Jerry's flavor vanilla. I'll tell you, I might have seen this in the store once or twice. Not once in my life have I seen someone get the Ben & Jerry's vanilla. If you're going to get vanilla, don't get Ben & Jerry's. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's such a weird flavor to get with that brand. It's like, if you're going to go Ben & Jerry's, go for the big swing. And Kellen Moore is just very vanilla. He's the most vanilla coach in the NFL in my books. This would have gone to Jonathan Gannon, but he is no longer a head coach. So Kellen Moore it is. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he's classic or great. I'm just saying that he's vanilla. And I'd be hard pressed to find anyone pushing back on that. Shane Steichen, vanilla bean. There you go. Kellen Moore with a twist. That's Shane Steichen to me. I think I'd rather have Kellen Moore than Shane Steichen, and to be honest with you, I'm really not a huge Shane Steichen guy, much like I'm not a Mayfield Creamery vanilla bean kind of guy. It's fine. It's good. I'm not going to sit here and say it's bad, because that would be a tough argument to make. But I'd be damned if I ordered vanilla bean ice cream. You know what I mean? It just feels like, a twist on vanilla. It's Shane Steichen. He's kind of fun, I think. That's... It's funny because I wrote notes for this, but I really don't need them because it's all pretty obvious, stupid comparison. It's crazy. I've never imagined someone buying. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Can you believe this flavor exists? It's like, yeah, we're doing Ben & Jerry's tonight, man. Hop in the car. It's like, all right, and then you grab this vanilla flavor. It's just weird to me. It's just funny. But yeah, Kellen Moore. All right, Miko. Miko is peanut butter cup. Because look, I love what they're building here. I love peanut butter cup ice cream. I really like D'Amico Ryan's, and I feel like when you get peanut butter cup ice cream, it just gets better every time. You know what I mean? Just each time you have it, it's like, and maybe not this specific flavor. I don't think I've had this one in specific, but peanut butter ice cream is just solid. It's a good combo. You get that like fatty peanut butter flavor, and then you get just ice cream. It's great. It's a good combo, and I trust D'Amico Ryans. A lot of these coaches I would say, I'd like, but I wouldn't order. I would love D'Amico Ryans to be the Giants head coach. I would love to have peanut butter cup ice cream right now. In fact, I just realized I forgot my morning coffee. Whatever. It's fine. Took a cold shower this morning. I'm ready to roll. If I yawn this stream, I'll do something crazy. I'll break another table. But yeah, that's how I feel about D'Amico Ryans. And I asked ChatGPT to do this specific exercise. I'm not going to read all of them because a lot of them were just misses and weird. But what I will say is there was a pattern among what ChatGPT was saying, and I will get to that in a second. Hot take peanut butter ice cream. Like, oh, God, come on, Otis. You don't like D'Amico Ryans? Come on. All right, next up. Haagen-Dazs. It's not vanilla, specifically not vanilla. Haagen-Dazs is Andy Reid. Classic. Trusted. You've been here for a while. you know, and maybe has lost a little bit of steam over the past few years. I don't hear many people talking about Haagen-Dazs, but if you sit down, have a pint of Haagen-Dazs, you will not regret it. It's just quality. You can trust it. One of the best ever. One of the best to ever do it. How does this affect LeBron's legacy? Someone said that yesterday. I thought that was funny. But yeah, could eat like, you know, and shit. It's like Andy Reid could easily be named Haagen-Dazs. Would that surprise anyone if this dude's name was Haagen-Dazs? Like, that would be about perfect, I think. So that's where I'm at. I think, yeah, just flavor, taste. I think this is an easy take. I think this is a slam dunk. Much like the John Harbaugh mint chocolate chip, I think this one's a slam dunk, personally. Next up. Pistachio. Dave Canales. Look, a lot of people like pistachio. I don't. You know, I don't get it. I've never been a pistachio guy. I've had pistachios on their own. I have not had pistachio ice cream, to be fair. But I've had pistachios on their own. And the last thing I thought was this would be great in some solidified milk, fat, and sugar. I've never thought that with pistachios. I don't really care for it. I think Dave Canales is holding Bryce Young back, which is a hot take. But I think specifically in the playoffs, I've mentioned it 100 times, they didn't let Bryce Young air it out. What's the deal with that? So I'm not a huge Dave Canales guy. Everyone says, oh, you gotta try pistachio. You gotta trust Dave Canales. I don't. I haven't. I won't. I can't. Jarvis here. I wish I cared about ice cream enough for this segment. I'll be back, damn it. But yeah, you see, Giants fan pistachio ice cream is S tier. See? There you go. His ice cream is S tier. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's telling me Dave Canales is great. I don't see it. I don't agree. I don't agree. Next up, Dan Quinn, Half-Baked. There you go. Dan Quinn, Half-Baked. I feel like this one's perfect. More like Always Baked. But Dan Quinn is funny, right? Because he's good. He's good, right? And I feel like, you know, a lot of people love Half-Baked. And a lot of people love Dan Campbell. Did I say Dan Quinn? Dan Campbell. But I don't know. I thought Half-Baked was good because, you know, he's halfway there, as Lions seasons usually end in half measures. Not getting to a Super Bowl anytime soon. Not making the playoffs this year. It's like they're halfway there. Well, we'll blame injuries. They're half-baked. That's the Lions for you. I think that's pretty good. He's a good coach. Half-baked is a good flavor. But again, it's like, I don't know. Not all the way there. I like Canales. Maybe Bryce is holding him back. I disagree. I way disagree. They're running halfback dive. Really impressive offense. I know there's more to it, but again, I think Bryce is good. I believe in Bryce Young. He had some great throws this year. His decision making is a little spotty, but I think Dave Canales is holding him back, and I think his lack of trust in Bryce Young is going to affect his confidence more so than anything on the field. Yeah, Dan Campbell. I meant Dan Campbell. I know I said Dan Quinn a few times. Dan Campbell, yes. Dan Campbell. I should have just made it Campbell's Chunky. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's show, me comparing coaches to soups. Again, it's February. It's not like I can talk about news. If there's some news comes in, if A.J. Brown gets traded, I will let you guys know. But I don't think that's going to happen. All right, next up. I will not elaborate on this one. I think this one speaks for itself. You know, I'm not even going to unpack this. Just going to stick with it. Like, anyone disagreeing? Mike Tomlin, Neapolitan. I know Mike Tomlin's not a current coach, but, you know, it's my list. I'll make the rules. With Neapolitan, it's another one of those that I've heard is great, classic, and I'm not even saying I dislike it. I've had Neapolitan before. It's a lot. A lot is going on. And with Mike Tomlin, I feel like with his resume and how you judge him as a coach, there's a lot to unpack there. You know, a couple Super Bowl appearances, one Super Bowl win, a lot of success. You know, you look at it and you can play it both ways. You can play it chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. You can play it any kind of way. You could play it like, well, he stalls. He's lost, 7 straight playoff games. You could also play that he's a historic coach who wins a lot. You could also play the he's been around for a really long time. He's stable. He's steady. He's a player's coach. People like him. He's a player's coach. I feel like that's Mike Tomlin. So I feel like Neapolitan, you get a lot going on there, and it's pretty tough to assess. But, you know, classic. Been around forever. I think there are probably some people out there, I'd wager a pretty hefty amount. There are people out there that, like, think Neapolitan's a great flavor of ice cream. I'm not quite there, but I'm not going to sit here and hate on Neapolitan. I respect what Neapolitan has done for the game, you know? You talk about future QB's coach of the Giants, Brian Callahan. Are you kidding me? Yeah, we signed Brian Callahan as QB's coach. The guy who worked with Cam Ward and made him a beast this year. That's not great. I'm not going to freak out about assistant hires, but that's not great. It's just not great. All right, next up, Ben Johnson, black raspberry. Okay, black raspberry is electric. I don't know if you guys have had it. It's a lot. It's a lot at once, and I think that's a perfect way to compare to Ben Johnson. You know, some people don't like him because he was already chirping the Packers, talking his junk, and I don't know. It's good. I think it's good. I've heard a lot of people say it's good. I've also heard a lot of people say it's bad. You know, and I'm not saying, I mean, this one's a little more off the cuff because, I mean, Ben Johnson's not a bad coach. I don't think anyone's arguing that. But I think what it is some people aren't huge fans. You know, some people don't love that he was chirping the Packers, that he's so emotional, that he, you know, he was like kind of an asshole when he walked in the Bears building. He was like, there's so much we have to change here. This place is a disaster. It's like, that's pretty bold to say. I mean, no one's going to disagree with you, but it's pretty bold to say. So that's why I feel like black raspberry, you know, it's a lot. It's an electric flavor. It'll fire you up. It'll put some hairs on your chest, but which, you know, is Ben Johnson's specialty because he always takes his shirt off in the locker room, which is wild. But yeah, I'm a fan. I like what he's doing. I like what they're building. We're telling me Ken got better during the year with Callahan. I remember Callahan got fired. I don't know, half these flavors, not a Ben & Jerry's connoisseur. Listen, most of these aren't Ben & Jerry's flavors from here on out, so don't even sweat it. But yes, no, we'll get to the Brian Callahan signing if that is true, which I don't think you guys would lie. If that's the case, I'm not like gonna panic over it. Again, for the 100th time, I'm not gonna panic over assistant coaches. I'm just not. You know, the Giants had Freddie Kitchens as their tight ends coach, and it was fine. Freddie Kitchens wasn't a great head coach. Doesn't mean he can't be a good assistant. That's my short take on it. Not thrilled about Brian Callahan, but you know, again, he did get promoted to be a head coach for some reason. I don't even know his background, to be honest with you. He's not a great leader of men, but no one's going to need him to be. Bob Sala, protein pints. Yeah, I think, like I said, you don't need ice cream. If there was a Red Bull ice cream flavor, that would probably be the answer here. But I feel like protein pints, you know, you get what you're going to get. Whether you like it or don't, it might not work. It might not be the best ice cream you've ever had. In fact, it probably won't be. But, you know, you'll get jacked. You'll get jacked energy. Bob Sala. I don't know if it's going to work. Do we think Robert Sala is going to work in Tennessee? It's interesting. Like, again, I know this chat. Yes, it's going to work. Brian Daboll's the OC. How could that fail? Carmen Brasillo, a bunch of Giants fans are going to be talking up the Titans coaching staff. But I think the top man, the head honcho, Bob Sala, might very well hold them back. That's my opinion on that. And that's why, you know, again, it's solid. I've had these protein pints. They're good, but I definitely don't seek them out very often because they're not great. And that's kind of how I feel about Robert Sala. You disrespect Bob too much. Here we go. Bro says he loves Callahan. He's the reason he plays the quarterback that he is today. Okay, there it is. All right, then we got a little something. That's his background. We'll take it. Shoot. We'll take it. Get a little Joe Burrow. I mean, that's a quarterback that knows how to protect himself. I disrespect Bob too much. He was fired. I know he was fired by the Jets a little early, but still he was a fired head coach. And he's going to the Titans, which is not a great roster, by the way. And I like protein pints. I like this ice cream. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty fucking good. But, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say it's the best ever. And I'm not going to even go as far to say it's, like, great. You know? Anyways. Matt LaFleur, ice cream sandwich. You know, trusted. Historic. Not even historic, but, you know, just trusted. Have you ever had a bad ice cream sandwich? I haven't. You ever had a bad Packers season? No. I mean, you know, Matt LaFleur's been pretty good. He's pretty... Golly. I think Bob Sala got the short end of the stick with the Jets. It's bad with the Jets. If they had a quarterback, he'd be competent. He'd probably still be there. Probably. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, I mean, these are fair points. These are fair. I asked, do we think Bob Sala is going to work? It seems like the majority think it is. I'm a little hesitant. But, you know, again, solid. You're going to get energy. You're going to get, you know, action. TNA, total nonstop action. But yeah, I think Matt LaFleur, an ice cream sandwich, kind of becomes a disaster under pressure, though. When it gets hot, you ever had an ice cream sandwich on a hot day? You know, it gets all sticky, it sticks to your hands, it falls apart. It's not great. You definitely don't want an ice cream sandwich on a hot day. You definitely don't want Matt LaFleur in a big playoff game, you know? So that's my comp there. I think it's trusted, you like it, it's great, but when it comes down to it and pressure's on, the heat is up, it's probably not the guy I'd want, you know? Probably go a different direction. That's me. A frozen ice cream sandwich with one end crushed the stick of the plastic. Wait a minute. You guys are just saying the ice cream sandwich is better than Matt LaFleur? He's a great coach. What do you mean? He's a great coach. If he got fired this year, he'd be one of the top candidates. He's a great coach. This is the one that gets pushed back? It makes me happy that it seems like you guys have agreed with the lion's share of these, which I'll take. But I think this is pretty solid. And like the postseason part of the sandwich when I'm getting stuck to the wrapper, that's funny. I think this is a good comp. I think this makes a lot of sense. Again, have you ever had a bad ice cream sandwich? I haven't. Kyle Shanahan, chocolate chip cookie dough. This one feels like it makes, all these make sense to me, honestly. I like this one, man, because, you know, so there are some people that say chocolate chip cookie dough is their favorite flavor. I've heard people say Kyle Shanahan's the best coach in the NFL, and I don't agree, so to speak, but I can recognize it's great. It's a really good flavor. I like cookie dough. Okay, I don't seek it out very often. You know, there are some drawbacks, you know, clutch performances and stuff, but I think overall, chocolate chip cookie dough is a good flavor. I know a lot of people that love it, and I think Kyle Shanahan's a really good coach, you know? And I like just where it stands among the ice cream hierarchy. I know a lot of people, it does feel like a bit of a child's pick, you know? Like chocolate chip cookie dough is for, and this might offend some people, chocolate chip cookie dough is not for a real ice cream fan. You know, real ice cream people don't get chocolate chip cookie dough. That's just my take. I don't think real football fans actually think Kyle Shanahan's the best coach in the NFL. However, I'd be a fool to not recognize its ability and what it's done for the game. Hellflesh sucks an ice cream sandwich better than all the flavors. Come on. But here we are. Chocolate chip cookie dough is Kyle Shanahan. Mike Vrabel, dirt cake or mud pie. I couldn't get both. Overrated, but good. You know, and this one just kind of made sense to me, right? You know, Mike Vrabel, get down in the dirt, doing push-ups, you know, tackling people, pushing people over, choking in the Super Bowl. Like, you know, it's just not, how do I even put this? It's just not the best, right? But it's good. It's, you know, it's dirt cake. You know, I mean, look at this. You got vanilla pudding, which is not my favorite thing. Vanilla pudding, ice cream, chocolate sandwich cookies, you know, chocolate swirls topped with milk chocolatey ganache and chocolate cookie crumble. It's a lot. It's a lot going on there. There's a lot to unpack with Mike Vrabel, you know, and let's not forget, the Titans cut bait, okay? So, I don't know. This one's a little more abstract, but that's how I feel about Mike Vrabel. He's not my favorite coach, but again, he's fine. He's good. He's good. He is a good coach, objectively. Probably shouldn't have won Coach of the Year. Who probably should have won Coach of the Year is Mike McDonald, and this one will probably get some responses. Mike McDonald, drumstick, just gets better and better. You know, like the first bite of a drumstick. And the thing with Mike McDonald, comparing him to a drumstick that I like is that it's kind of tough to buy in all the way to Mike McDonald at first, at least. You know, I feel like before you've had a drumstick, which I would hope is none of you, before you've had a drumstick, it's like, I don't know. It says ice cream product on the package. It's not real ice cream. It's just kind of looks a little, on a drumstick, it doesn't look amazing sometimes. You bite into a drumstick and it looks like it's going to, like, you know, knock a tooth out. It looks like it's all tough and stiff. And then you take that first bite and it's like, oh, this is pretty damn good. Especially if it's filled with caramel like I got here. And you just keep going and then you get to that chocolate wafer at the bottom, that chocolate end of the cone. And it's like, really? This thing knows how to finish as well? This thing's cool under pressure? Oh, man. Now, with a drumstick, I don't know, and I just think it's reliable, man. Like, you put a box in the freezer, and you can just leave it there, and then every now and again, it's like, oh, shit, I have drumsticks. And you go, and you can trust it. You can trust it. And I think now is a really bad time to rip on Mike McDonald in any way. God knows that I did not think this Seahawks season was going to be great. But when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, I think this is a perfect comp. He's cooking right now. Thank you. Thank you. This makes sense. Drumsticks have fallen off so hard, it's not even funny. That's an awful comparison. Really? I actually haven't had them in a while. I mean, I had like one, like, I don't know, a few months ago, but I don't really remember it too much. And then, hey, man, that could very well happen with Mike McDonald. He peaked early. There you go. I think that makes sense. He peaked early. Done. Because you can't get any further than winning the Super Bowl, right? So he peaked early. And now we could be, in a couple years, this comp could be even better. You know what I mean? So I felt good about this one. I felt really good. Next up. Brian Dable, frozen yogurt. Yeah, that's right. I said I wasn't going to put fired coaches in here. Oh, well. Brian Dable's frozen yogurt because he's not a coach. It's not ice cream. Frozen yogurt's not ice cream. Okay. But I will say, I'll pound the table. I love frozen yogurt. I do, man. It's great. It's great. But what I will say about Brian Dable, along with frozen yogurt, is that it needs help. It needs toppings. It needs a good staff. And Brian Dable just simply can't build that. He can't build it on its own. And I think that's a perfect comp, frankly. He's not a coach, just like frozen yogurt's not ice cream. And I also think that he needs help. He needs toppings. No one just gets straight froyo. At least get strawberries or something. Something, to build with. And I feel like Brian Daboll got a unfair shake with the Giants given the whole Dan Jones thing. But again, we all watched it. We were all pissed when the Giants blew lead after lead after lead. Someone had to be found in the wreckage. It was Brian Daboll. It seems like a lot of Giants fans have forgotten how brutal the first half of the season was under Brian Daboll, because now everyone's all talking about the Titans. You guys should just be Titans fans at this point. Frozen yogurt's a great. Thank you. I'm feeling good. Brian Daboll is frozen yogurt without toppings, and he's also not a coach. This one makes a little less sense. Jim Harbaugh is frozen yogurt with toppings. Listen, I know that this kind of contradicts what I said about Brian Daboll being frozen yogurt isn't a coach, but frozen yogurt isn't a coach. You can quote me on that. But what I will say about Jim Harbaugh is frozen yogurt with toppings. He's good with help. He's really good with help. Like that's the thing with Jim Harbaugh. I've never seen a coach again, this is just Chargers fans, by the way. They fall in love with a couple people, Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert. They fall in love with them, and then but if the toppings aren't good, let's blame the toppings. So Jim Harbaugh is frozen yogurt with toppings. He needs help, and he's getting it, but it just isn't enough. Apparently, it's not enough. It's not ice cream, not quite. But it's good. I'm not gonna say Jim Harbaugh's a bad coach, but it needs help, and it has help. And now they've brought on Mike McDaniels, which, a little jealous of. I think the Chargers are going to be good next year. There you go. Let me make sure. Yeah. Okay. Next up. This one's, I don't know how to feel about this one. Cookies and cream. Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels specifically. Listen, I feel like with cookies and cream, they need each other, right? They just need each other. And Josh McDaniels is less talked about for the Patriots dynasty. And it's a damn shame. Because he's a great offensive coordinator. He's a great offensive mind. And Bill Belichick is like, cookies. Like, who doesn't love cookies? It's great. Apparently the Hall of Fame. But I think, it's a combo. That is the only combo on this list. But I just feel like putting them together, that's what you need, right? And Josh McDaniels and Mike Vrabel work. I get that. But Bill and Josh, that was a duo. They had it figured out. They had Tom Brady. I guess Tom Brady also would have fit in here. But then we wouldn't be talking about coaches. And then this would get way out of its scope. But, yeah. So throw Tom Brady in here, cookies and cream, Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels. They need each other. They bring the best out of each other. And that's how I feel. It's a good comparison because Jim Harbaugh sucks. Josh McDaniels, cookies and cream, is the worst of all time. It's all his fault. Yes, Otis is crashing out. Otis is crashing out. That's what I'm saying, though. Again, they need each other. Bill Belichick needs Josh McDaniels. I almost threw Jordan Hudson in here, but I elected not to. So there you go. Aaron Glenn is Rocky Road. I think, again, that's one that's pretty self-explanatory. Any coach for the Jets is Rocky Road, to be quite frank with you. It's not fun sledding. It's not easy. But that's how I feel. I'm not going to sit here and say I trust or believe or love Rocky Road. But, again, I think it's great that it exists. I think I'm really happy Aaron Glenn is the coach of the Jets. He's funny. He's great to observe. Might be worth a sample. Check it out on Red Zone when he's doing a celebration or something. But I'm not going to sit here and say Rocky Road is great. Rocky Road's the best. I don't really care for marshmallows and ice cream. I don't really think he's the best coach. And I don't love how he handled the Aaron Rodgers situation. But I'm glad he's here. I'm glad Rocky Road exists. Cookies and cream's the best flavor, and you put the worst coach. I put the best coach and Josh McDaniels. They need each other, clearly. Jets codes are, well, hold on, Nintendo, you're getting ahead of us here. Rocky Road's still my number one niche flavor. There you go. It's niche, though. It's no one proudly exclaims they love Rocky Road. That's what I'm saying. It's niche. And like I said, I'm happy it exists. You got there's a lot going on there. Chocolate chips, marshmallows. I think those are like cookie crumbles or waffle cone bits. I don't even know what's in Rocky Road. I don't even know what Aaron Glenn's deal is. They can't even bring on a staff, but they're here. Rocky Road's good. I think, again, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not my favorite. It's not my thing. All right. Bill Parcells is coffee. Duh. Just straight energy. I almost did this for Bob Sala, but I specifically picked Haagen-Dazs coffee because this is my easily my favorite Haagen-Dazs flavor. It's like I said with Andy Reid. It's classic. It's trusted. It's just great. That's how I feel about Bill Parcells. Yeah, he may have not finished his career super strong, with the Jets and etc. But it's a great coach. He's a Hall of Famer, and classic, good flavor, good energy, coffee. Fire you up in the morning, which I wish I had a coffee right now. But, get up, get excited. That's how I feel about Bill Parcells. And, had to give some love to the ex-Giants head coach, guy who brought us not one, but 2 Super Bowls, I think. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he won 2. Yeah, Bill Parcells is the man. Lawrence Taylor would also be on here. Todd Bowles is the ice cream cone. This is where the list gets even wilder. Look, it's hard to find a hot take here. I mean, I like the cone, but I can live without it, right? Like, I'm not like, it's an ice cream cone. It's Todd Bowles. He's fine. He usually starts the season 2-0. That's really good. But as time goes on, the waffle cone starts to kind of, I don't know, get soggy and not as good. And you're kind of asking yourself, why did I get this stupid thing? It's like dripping all over your hand. Why am I eating ice cream with my hand? It's a mess. That's how I feel about Todd Bowles. It's like, as it goes on, and you start to regret it a little bit more. It starts really strong, really firm. But, as time goes on, it just doesn't do as well. And Todd Bowles is necessary, but I'm not going to have a hot take about him. Chris Paul also was a potential note here, because Pat Beverly calls him Cone because he's such a bad defender, which is hilarious. But, yeah, that's how I feel about Todd Bowles. He's the ice cream cone. Next. And we're getting through this. I think I got 4 more. I got 4 more here. This has been a hell of a segment. We are, 45 minutes into this show? Todd Monken, Cherry Garcia. This one's pretty simple. Haven't had it. Don't think I'd like it. Pretty simple. I don't think it's going to work in Cleveland. I don't know. Something about the offensive coordinator who is not going to get Jim Schwartz, the offensive coordinator who hasn't got a hiring job, something about the Browns' just awful hiring process this cycle. I don't think it's going to work. And I know Cherry Garcia, some people like it, but I don't think many do. And I'm not going to sit here and say I like cherries and ice cream. And I don't think Todd Monken's going to work. Am I mad that he didn't go to the Giants? Am I mad that he left the Giants high and dry? Yeah, very much so. But, that's probably part of this. But, don't care for it, not going to try it, and not excited for it. We probably will never seek out Cherry Garcia. Todd Bowles ice cream cake. It's good at the start, but you want to kill yourself when it's leaving. That's even better. That's better than cone. I wish I made ice cream. That's the one I'll give you, Otis. That's the one time I will say it's better than my entry. I should have said ice cream cake. Damn it. That's way better. But yeah, Todd Monken, Cherry Garcia. Arthur Smith, Rainbow Sherbet, not ice cream, and sucks. Not a head coach, sucks. Don't like Rainbow Sherbet. Does anybody in here like sherbet or sorbet, whatever it's called? Like sorbet. I'm not a fan. I see TikTok recipes all the time, and it's like, what if, I hate when recipes start like this. If you add X, and then add X, and then do this, and then do that, you get a easy 4-ingredient delicious ice cream. So it'll be like if you freeze a banana and add xanthan gum and like stevia and blend it and add ice, you get ice cream. It's like, that's not ice cream. That's sorbet. And sorbet sucks. I just needed to talk about that. But yeah, Arthur Smith, not a head coach. Sorbet, not ice cream. There you go. I think that's pretty fair. When overhates McCarthy, it's not that bad. Mike McCarthy? I'm not gonna eat over real ice cream, but it's good. Really? Well, I'm not a sorbet guy. I'm just not. I really do hate, like, this and the Dole Whip are like my 2 least favorite kinds of flavors. Are we talking about Mike McCarthy though? Must be. All right, Brian Schottenheimer, Coke Float. I didn't think I'd like it, but it's all right. And then I think Coke Float's an important pick here because I think a Coke Float is the sequel to the root beer float, which I think is better. And when you think about Marty or Brian Schottenheimer's dad, Marty, you think, yeah, Marty Schottenheimer's probably a better coach than Brian Schottenheimer. They're similar, and I think they're both fine, or they're both solid. Obviously, Marty's a lot better. But yeah, this is, getting a little more abstract here. But yeah, Brian Schottenheimer's a Coke Float, Marty Schottenheimer's the root beer. And I think the root beer one's better, and it was more original. And last one, Pete Carroll's melted ice cream. There you go. There you go. So when Nintendo jumped ahead, I was like, I don't know. And yeah, Pete Carroll's melted ice cream. That's how I feel. His time has come and gone. It's over. It's done. So yeah, that's the list. That's all she wrote. That's all we got. So that was a good 40-ish minutes of comparing coaches to ice cream. I thought that would take like an hour and a half, but we are making it happen, Captain. There it is. So I guess now what we got to do is check the news, see if anything dropped. Did anything happen this morning? Doesn't seem like it. Let me see this Brian Callahan news. I did not hear about this. Sorry to blow up your spot. No, it's no, man. Look, I'm just glad I planned something instead of me just like ranting at the wall here. So yeah, what'd you guys think of that? The ice cream comparing to coaches thing. Look, we're gonna have some abstract stuff. It's February. I really don't have a whole lot to discuss. Yep, named Giants quarterback coach. He had 24 minutes ago. Holy hell, this literally did just drop. Wow. Well, good morning, New York Giants, I guess. As QB's coach and passing game coordinator. There you go. I wonder what Reddit's saying, which, you know, here. Reddit fiend Hunnaball back in action. Let's see. Just want to see what the real Giants fans are saying. r/New York Giants, the best place to be. Let's see. 73 comments. Let's see. People see the names of the staff. People see some of the names and flinch, but 90% of the staff is overqualified for the position they are in. Coaching staff is filled with experience, all adults in the room, which the team desperately needed. Time to start winning football games again. That's probably John S. right there in the Reddit thread. That's true though. It's true. All these guys are overqualified for their positions. That's an accurate point. You know, like Greg Roman, running games coordinator, that's pretty solid given he was an offensive coordinator. Like it feels like a lot of retreads, but it's a lot of people getting demoted to positions that they could probably handle a lot easier. The positions they had that got them to be head coaches or specific positions before. So I think getting a former coach as your QB's coach is pretty good. I don't know. Like, again, exactly what that comment said. People will see the name and flinch. They'll see Matt Nagy and flinch. But I think all things considered, it's not bad. I think if Brian Callahan was the OC, I wouldn't be thrilled. But as quarterback's coach, specifically the guy that worked with Joe Burrow, I'm pretty excited. I think that's a good hire. I like what John Harbaugh's doing with the staff. Call it a fireable offense. Next, compare quarterbacks to Smash Bros. Characters. I will do that. I love that. We're doing that. I'll write that down. That'll be tomorrow's show. I was gonna rant about Madden on tomorrow's show, but we can do quarterbacks to Smash Bros. Characters. I like that. And I'll put like some Smash Bros. Music. It'll be free. Oh boy, that's a great idea, Otis. Yeah, if you guys have any ideas for these morning shows, please do not hesitate. But yeah, I like it. I like the Brian Callahan signing. Let me see if there's any other reactions that dropped. Dable and Callahan with the switcheroo of rookie quarterbacks. There you go. I don't know what to think of this, so I'm just not going to think about it. Yeah, you know, people seem pretty fired up about it. Titans fan, Callahan had Burrow, Higgins, Chase, and Brown in the passing game, as well as some impressive pass-catching tight ends during his tenure. Additionally, Zach Taylor calling plays and ran the offense. I'm actually not sure if Callahan had anything to do with success of the Bengals offense. Well, that's not great. That's not as good. That's not as exciting. But again, you take the good with the bad. Overqualified? I think so. Outside of that, I'm just going to Google NFL news, apparently, and see if anything else happened. I feel like not, though. Ooh, someone dropped a mock draft. Hold on. Now it's just me scrolling Google. A 3-round mock, no way. Or Carson Beck goes to the Arizona Cardinals at the top of round 3. That would be fun. Ooh, okay. I kind of want to go through this mock. This is Chad Reuter, who's, you know, been wrong once or twice. There we go. We're going to go through this mock. Yeah, so number 1, Fernando Mendoza. Bit of a hot take. Arvell Reese, 2 to the Jets. Feels like pretty locked in at this point. Cardinals take Francis. I see that happening. I think that's pretty free. Pair him with Paris Johnson, like the article says. That makes a lot of sense. Titans go Dave Bailey, who, you know, you guys, some people love. That would be an interesting pick. And then Ruben Bain will continue to fall down the board. Giants go Mansour Delane, which at 5 feels rich. But again, at that point, just take Caleb Downs. Seriously, I mean, unless Mansour Delane has a great combine, great draft process, I think that's a bit rich. Kubiak's a Raider. He calls his premier franchise first since like dinosaurs. There you go. Yes, Kubiak is officially a Raider. He announced that after the Super Bowl. He said, everyone knows I'm going to Oakland. And then he stopped himself and said Las Vegas, which is funny. Or no, I think he said L.A. Browns go Mekhi Lemon. This is a pretty aggressive mock. Titans go Ruben Bain, you stupid. I didn't make this. Browns go Mekhi Lemon. That's, you know, that's chat's guy. Mekhi Lemon. Everyone thinks he's going to be great. He probably will be, honestly. Manders go Caleb Downs. That feels a little weird, especially with Ruben Bain on the board. I feel like you would just go, if you're going to go defender, I feel like just go Ruben Bain and just set it and forget it. Saints go Jeremiah Love, which I don't love. I don't love with Jordan. Damn it, I yawned. With Jordan Tyson and Carnell Tate on the board, I don't love that, but it's possible. Chiefs go Caden Proctor. Wow. Holy shit, that's a pretty big swing right there. Chiefs go Caden Proctor, according to this mock. Bengals go corner. And then the Panthers trade up with the Dolphins to take Ruben Bain, which feels like a steal at 11. Jeez, that would be a slam dunk for the Panthers. This guy's projecting trades in February. That's badass. My bad, I'm listening, Audi. We trade down, maybe take the lane, but I don't know about 5. I think there's a chance Bain slips after the combine once his arm measurements. Again, yeah, I see that. I very well could see that, but slipping to 11, though? Golly, that feels like a pretty big drop off. Shit, may as well take him. Honestly, may as well take him if you're the Giants. If he's there at 5, or maybe you trade down, he's there at 10. Why not? Cowboys go Sonny Styles. Rams go Spencer Fano. A couple of good picks there. I like. Ravens get Carnell Tate. That makes a lot of sense. Jordan Tyson still on the board, by the way. Lee Hunter to the Bucks. Haven't heard much about him. D tackle, Texas Tech. Ty Simpson, you are a New York Jet. That would be hilarious. The Jets go Ty Simpson at pick 16. I mean, they got to address quarterback somehow, but that would be an interesting way to do it. Look, they're comparing it to Abdul Carter and Jackson Dart last year. I suppose that could work. But you guys know how I feel about Ty Simpson. You know how I feel about Bama quarterbacks. Not thrilled. Giants go Omar Cooper round 2. I've been looking at this wide receiver class, and I don't know if Tate and Tyner are much better than guys in like that 4 to 8 range of top receivers. Okay. Shit, well, this is a multiple round mock, so I'll see what the Giants do in round 2 and round 3. Cowboys go Penn State offensive guard. That's going to be a tough name to say. Ola Yon. Eagles trade up and get Jordan Tyson. That would be so annoying. That would be so annoying if the Eagles traded up and got Jordan Tyson at 18 and then traded for AJ Brown away. Golly. Dolphins go Kenyon Sadiq at 19. It's not awful. Denzel Boston, you are a Buffalo Bill. They finally shore up that receiver room. Wow, big run on receivers. Concepcion goes to the Steelers. They do not go they do not go quarterback. Texans trade up and get an offensive tech. A lot of trades here. I know some of these are trades down, but still a lot of trades in this one. Vikings trade down and still get Avion Terrell. I think that's solid. I think that's really solid. Shore up that secondary and just be a defensive team. Ty Simpson, the only right pick. Jeez. Tyson's gonna drop because of medicals. What is he like? Bulimic? What's his deal? I never heard of Mac Jones. Put some respect. Yeah, okay, yes. Mac Jones. He still probably wasn't worth the 15th overall pick. He's a backup quarterback, let's be honest. Browns go Utah tackle Caleb Lomu. Haven't heard too much about him. Caden McDonald, his card was cool in CFB. Goes to the Bears. Cowboys, after trading up with the Bills, it looks like. Oh, no, the Cowboys have 2. My bad. Cowboys have 2, but they traded again with the Bills, apparently. So they go safety. So they really shored up the defense this year. Wow, that would really suck if they got Sonny Styles and a safety. But again, they have 2 picks, so things could happen. Keldrick Falk goes to the Niners, which seems good. Chargers go guard. That must. Rams go corner with their 2nd pick. Broncos go Jeremy Bernard. Haven't heard too much about him, but there you go. Jeremy. I don't know. Probably Jeremy. Broncos go receiver, which again makes sense, I'd say. I mean, the Broncos don't have a ton of needs. Pats go D tackle, and Seahawks go edge. Just want to check out. I'm not gonna read through round 2 unless there's like a pick that stands out to me. But I just wanted to see this one because I know Otis is listening. Julian Neal in round 2, Alabama cornerback. Giants go tackle Monroe Freeling, and that is it for the Giants' first three round picks. Any other quarterbacks go? Is Trinidad going or Nuss? Either of those guys on the board yet? Doesn't look like it. I feel like Nuss can go in round. Oh, there's Jacob Rodriguez, another sick card in CFB. Chris Johnson. Somehow Chris Johnson's come back. Then Carson Beck to round at the top of the 3rd round. Going to the Cardinals, I guess. And the Giants don't have a pick. So there you go. And then Nuss goes to the Dolphins. That'd be interesting. I think close to a first rounder. Well, I mean, a second. Shoot, he had a good Senior Bowl, Otis. Did you hear? He had a good Senior Bowl. That's all it takes. There you go. Nuss late 50s, 60s. Well, this has him going 75. So there you go. Like I said, second round pick. That's where I could see Nuss going. Senior out of LSU. LSU is a good place for quarterbacks. You got Jamarcus Russell and Joe Burrow. So pretty wide range outcomes there. Yeah, golly, scratched or something. Oh boy, man, I got nicked. I really scratched. All right, and Drew Aller. Oh my God, I didn't even notice. Drew Aller goes to the Steelers. Drew Aller. That's their answer. You ask and you shall receive. Drew Aller. I really gotta. One of the funniest things about the Seahawks take is I predicted they'd get Drew Aller with the #1 pick. I can't. Like both my shorts of me making fun of myself watching like my old Seahawks take have done really well. It's hilarious. People love seeing someone admit when they're wrong. Apparently, I figured YouTube out. But yeah, Bama quarterbacks got more rings than LSU. Don't care. Don't care. Won't respond to that. All right. Well, that's it for the mock. Still waiting on news, but again, maybe. Oh, here we go. All right. Here we go. This is our legit football update, the newsletter I'm subscribed to. Falcons expected to keep Kyle Pitts. That's cool. That is something. Bit of a bummer for all the teams that wanted Kyle Pitts, but it feels like may as well trot him out one more time. What do you have to lose? Ravens focus on extension for Lamar Jackson. That makes sense. They clearly picked him in the Harbaugh divorce. That's, again, a slow news day, no doubt. Ravens focus on keeping their starting MVP quarterback. Yeah, it makes sense. Someone expects the 49ers. Okay, so Barrow, who's athletes Matt Barrow, expects Mac Jones, friend of the channel, to be traded. That would be nuts. That would be kind of crazy, considering how highly we discuss Mac Jones around here. Especially because it very much came out that the Niners do not want to trade him. I feel like that was news we read like yesterday or 2 days ago that Mac Jones was staying with the Niners and he was the untradeable backup quarterback. But apparently he very well could be traded by the Niners. So give him a call, Steelers. Make it happen, Captain. Trey Tucker is excited for Clint Kubiak. Very slow news today. Oh, but specifically, Clint Kubiak is expected to really use Trey Tucker. So for your dynasty leagues, your best balls, even your regular redraft leagues, Trey Tucker might be a little frisky end of draft pick. I think that's pretty fun. Shout out to the Raiders. Yeah, Trey Tucker going to get utilized a lot, which he should. He's a speed demon. Not the biggest guy, but he's fun. And Brugler thinks Bren Thompson will run the fastest 40. Wow. Rams right tackle. Someone's car alarm is going off. Rams right tackle Rob Havenstein is retired. Clint Kubiak hopes to keep Max Crosby. And the Patriots will keep Will Campbell at left tackle. That is our morning news. So not too much to discuss. The Giants getting Brian Callahan didn't even make the front page. Raiders coach wants to keep Max Crosby, but Giants getting a quarterback's coach is not worth mentioning. So I guess, you do with that what you will. You should make a bunch of shorts pretending you made bad takes and reacting to them. Just make a bunch of random news, cite the old anonymous sources. That's what we should do. That would be a fun one. Just make random headlines that we could see happening, and or fake headlines. Just make like the fakest headlines ever. Like I don't even know what it is. Yeah, wrong answers only headlines edition. I like that. I gotta start writing this stuff down. So right now we have comparing quarterbacks to Super Smash Brothers characters and making fake headlines. This is gonna be a great show. So if anonymous sources tell me the Vikings are trying to trade 9, expected to re-sign and start Kirk Cousins. Breaking news: Kirk Cousins is back in Minnesota. Watch out, some Super Bowl. Here come the Vikings. Oh boy. Well, you think 9's gonna be good, right? We all love 9. He's fun. It's Jage. How could you not love 9? Oh boy. What else do I want to talk about? There was one more thing that I really wanted to hit on, and it was the Turning Point halftime show. Oh, this really quick. I forgot to mention this with the comparing coaches to ice cream. I know this is a bit of a callback, but I wanted to mention this. I asked ChatGPT, if you're just joining us, we compared every coach to ice cream to an ice cream flavor, and I will just speed run through this really quick. I will not be elaborating on any of these because I already did, but don't you love dead air? There it is. What'd you think? We have him also here. What is up, guys? Good morning. Rise and shine. That's what we should call this show, Rise and Grind. But anyways, so I asked ChatGPT to do the same thing. And I'm not one of those guys like, oh, isn't ChatGPT quirky? Like, I probably killed a tree asking it to do this. But I will say, here is what it said, which upset me. 1, Brian Dable, Chunky Monkey. Come on. That one hurt. That one felt unnecessary. That one stung. I didn't like that one. And I think what I really tried, other than my Mike McCarthy pick, I really tried to leave appearance out of the ice cream equation because, like, what's the point? What? ChatGPT did not do that. And I'll say, because it gave D'Amico Ryans, I'm not lying, D'Amico Ryans, dark chocolate. Feels lazy. It feels really lazy. And not great. That's ChatGPT, not me. That's what it said. And then for the last one, it said Nick Sirianni was cookies and cream with sprinkles. And then its rationale was loud confidence, high highs. People argue about it nonstop. Here's what I'll say. If you're getting sprinkles on cookies and cream, get out. Get the hell out of here. I can't even believe people do that. Is that a thing? Sprinkles? And I didn't even put sprinkles on the list. I haven't had a sprinkle in years. Years. It's part of growing up, being a man, saying no to sprinkles, especially on cookies and cream. What, are you kidding me? Are you serious? Cookies and cream with sprinkles is not Nick Sirianni. That's like Satan. That's not even fair. Loud. It's like, how is that loud? That's just gross to me. I couldn't do it. I couldn't even imagine putting sprinkles on cookies and cream. Never heard of that. Yeah. Fantasy football right there. How so? KOC's off-brand vanilla looks good initially, but it's good. At the end of the day, it's crap. Come on. Come on. I almost put KOC on there, but I couldn't really think of a good take. Maybe KOC should have been what was it? KOC should have been the ice cream cone. Not great, not amazing, but kind of, well, not super important, but like gets worse over time. And then Todd Bowles would have been the ice cream cake, which significantly gets worse over time. But starts really strong, top of the morning. Hey, we're still talking about ice cream. I went back because I wanted to talk about the ChatGPT giving D'Amico Ryans dark chocolate, which, you know, is just so messed up. Feels lazy. Let's talk about something I compare to the Arby's strains of weed. That would be crazy. Oh boy, Purple Haze is Arian Foster. Again, I don't even know where to start with that. I couldn't even tell you. Oh man, I could name stuff, but I'm not, you know, it's like Sativa is Cam Scattaboo. That sucks. Anyways, who's Rocky Road? We gave Rocky Road to Aaron Glenn because he's a Jets coach, and I'm not going to sit here and say I love it, but, you know, I'm glad it exists. Nick Sirianni is one of those Superman ice creams where it's a mess of colors, but it just tastes like vanilla. Nick Sirianni is a Dole Whip. Yeah, the resume's there, but I don't like him. I don't like it. I fucking hate Dole Whips. But we did this segment already, so I don't want to be too redundant. If you missed it, sucks. I mean, you can always, you know, go back. You can always rewind the stream. But yeah. Oh shit, I'm not even showing the screen. Yeah, but Nick Sirianni was a Dole Whip. There you go. And Rocky Road again was Aaron Glenn. Okay, last thing I want to talk about, and then we can just do chat or whatever, call it. I sat my ass down. I watched the Kid Rock halftime show. I watched the Turning Point Kid Rock halftime show, and my God, what a production. I honestly, if a genie gave me one wish, I would go back to the Super Bowl Sunday and not watch the Bad Bunny halftime show. I wouldn't watch the game itself. I would just watch that show live on stream like XQC did and not even pay attention to the game. Couple notes I had, and I don't need to read off my phone here, but a couple notes. One, Kid Rock, the headliner, didn't go on until the third quarter of the Super Bowl. They mistimed it. They woefully mistimed it. There was an opening act during Bad Bunny's halftime show. Also, Bad Bunny's halftime show was about I think it was less than 14 minutes. It was quick. It was succinct. It was tight. It got the job done. Turning Points was, I think, 2 hours, maybe at least an hour and a half. Not quite the same thing. I mean, granted, the first half of it was just a live stream that was just showing ads, which is strange. But again, whatever. This is not becoming a political thing. I'm going to try my best. But it's just objectively just talking about it. And the last thing with the Kid Rock halftime show, and if you watched it and you disagree, that's fine. I didn't think it was great. Hot take. But the last thing about it, well, I mean, again, also the artists weren't good. It starts with a guy turning on an amp. Like the first guy that goes on stage has to turn on the amp, which is like a hilarious production. What was my last note? Damn. Oh yeah, it was pre-recorded. It wasn't even live. It was pre-recorded, which is just so strange. Streaming, I mean, again, it's happened before. It's happened many times before, but it was pre-recorded. And you can tell because when Kid Rock sings his first song, he's not even like, his mouth isn't even to the mic half the time because he's just like throwing shit around. It's crazy. I'm not even going to play it because I don't want Turning Point to snatch my video. But like, I'm not saying you have to watch it, but if you do, or if you've seen clips, it's definitely an interesting event. It was wild. It was nuts. A counter halftime show. It didn't work. They couldn't match the NFL and Apple Music. Shocker. And this feels almost like punching down, even for my standards of my YouTube channel with 2,800 subscribers. By the way, we finally crossed that 2,700 mark, and I'm fired up about that. But it felt like I stalled there at 2,700 for so long. We are now at 2,800. Hell yeah. Road to 100 million subscribers is back and on. But yeah, man, the Kid Rock halftime show was really funny and weird, and it was pre-recorded, which I thought was just an interesting call. So I'm gonna catch up on chat now. But what'd you guys think? Did he do all summer long? I don't think so. I don't think so. He only did one song and then he went off stage and they had like someone else come on mid performance and then he came back on and reintroduced himself as his first and last name. Like he was no longer Kid Rock. He has now progressed to Adult Rock. And he didn't say that it was like his first and last name, which I don't even remember, but it was like a persona had been dropped. He's being real. This is just purely him. I actually liked Kid Rock's music. It just sucks. He's a shameless grifter now. Exactly. 100%. All-American halftime show, more like Charlie Kirk funeral part 2. Bad Bunny for the win. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about the league. I gotta check it out today. Yeah, no, same for me. But yeah, so those are my notes. I finally sat my ass down and watched it. I did not think too much of it. I didn't think highly of it. I could see why everyone was making fun of it. And apparently it wasn't even streamed on X or Twitter. It wasn't even streamed on it because, you know, copyright or something. Apparently Elon went woke. So there you go. So Bad Bunny reigns supreme. I thought he had a great halftime show off rip. I'm not going to keep talking about it, but you know, great show. And Turning Points, it was an event. Pre-recording a live stream is definitely a little, I don't know, devious? No, a little deceptive. It's a little deceptive, but it happened. It is what it is. So those are my notes. That's what I prepared at this point. Yeah. Season's over now, so Madden most likely going to be on the back burner. Yeah. Yeah, no, it feels like it. What I think I might do is start playing Madden just online and then just putting that as the background here. That way it's a little something more to look at. But again, it's step by step. Step by step. Yeah, guys. Anyone else have anything to talk about? I hate asking, but like, anyone have anything to talk about? Like, sports, it's a really slow time for sports. It's really, there's not a lot going on. Let me make sure I'm caught up here. NFL news. Yeah, man, there's a whole lot of nothing. Super Bowl 60 was the second most watched show. What is number one? Was that last year? What is the most watched Super Bowl ever? What is the most watched Super Bowl ever? Wait, so it set an all-time media record, but it was second most all-time. How does that make any sense? Whatever. So yeah, the Super Bowl was good. That's how it usually goes in the Madden cycle, yeah. Yeah, no, honestly. Bad Bunny #1 watched, I'm pretty sure. I think so, yeah, that's what I saw. It seemed like that one broke a record for sure. It brought the people together. It was fired up. It was firing up, man. Ricky Martin saved music. He did. I'm excited. But yeah. Golly, I hate that there's no sports, man. I really do. I hate that there's no sports. The ranking video, ranking games, is probably going to come out sometime this week. I want to do it for Valentine's Day. That way the loners like me have something to watch. Me saving the day, making a video. Yeah, if you haven't already, check out my video on Super Bowl ads. I think it's pretty funny. And I'd imagine most of you guys have already, but, you know, it's pretty funny. I think it's good. Nice and quick, nice and snappy. Oh, let's do the Weddle. Yes, that's what I wanted to do. I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Let's do the Weddle. Then we'll probably call it there. Again, I hate wasting your guys' time, especially in the morning. So we'll do the Weddle. And then we will be wraps for the Wednesday show. Jeez. Oh, is what it is. My tabs are on blast. Whatever. All right. First guess. Let's just go blind scroll. Hunter Henry. Holy hell. All right. We got Patriots. Not bad. We got Patriots. They're probably on defense. You're asking for content idea, and LeBron's legacy is right there. That's a good point. That's a good point. How does the Super Bowl affect LeBron's legacy? Honestly, I think LeBron's legacy is pretty shot at the moment. I'm mad. I'm mad about LeBron. He hasn't been good. He's clearly holding the Lakers back. The new CBA is tanking the NBA. That's a whole other thing. I'm not qualified to discuss. It's above my pay grade. But the new CBA has completely made the NBA less fun to watch because now it's disincentivized teams to trade and build actual star units. I get it. They don't want people jumping ship and building super teams. But at the end of the day, good teams make the game worth watching. Kanye is #1. He definitely would be #1, no question. Wait, give us halftime shows you wish. Oh my God, yeah, that's good. That's good. Let me finish the Weddle here, and we'll get into that. Most likely halftime shows that'll never happen. Bob Seger. Okay, Patriots defender. Jonathan Jones on here? Or is this just? I think this is just offense. So let's why not? Let's go Ramondre. Let's see what. Great. Okay, it's not Ramondre. Is it Drake May? Oh my God, it was. Wow. Okay. That was quick. We got the Weddle in 3. That might be an all-time Hunnaball record. That was sick. All right. That was quick. How did Snowball? How did the fall of Constantinople? How did Bad Bunny's halftime show affect LeBron's legacy? I feel like that video of him dancing for that Mountain Dew ad, I hope you guys have seen it. If you haven't, check it out. LeBron James salsa dancing. That's easy to meme now that the Bad Bunny halftime show has happened. And I saw it a few times on Twitter, which I thought was great. So that's how it affects LeBron's legacy. LeBron knows how to salsa, and I'm sure he was having fun. Super Bowl halftime shows I wish would happen. Yeah, Kanye would be #1 easily with a large gap behind him. Yeah, I think just, yeah, dream Super Bowl halftime shows without any kind of connection. Kendrick again. Kendrick, but he just does Good Kid, Mad City and To Pimp a Butterfly. Like that would be great. That'd be great. Other ones I'd like to see. I think Tyler would do a great one. I think Tyler would be really fun, especially if he brought on like Frank Ocean and Cali. If Tyler, the Creator, went up there and brought on Frank Ocean and Caliuchis, or Caliuchis, I always get them mixed up. Caliuchis, I would flip out, man. It would be insane. Be great for LA, but I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they have the spine. LeBron dancing always becomes a meme. That's true. Everything LeBron does becomes an instant meme. Other ones. I know someone said Linkin Park. That would be fun. I think Imagine Dragons would be cool. There was this time, shout out Blake Robinson and I, we were at renting a U-Haul, of all things. And we started talking about halftime shows, and I think it was when Usher got announced. We started talking about it, and it was like, yeah, it was kind of a weird call with Usher, but hey, you know, and then someone overheard, like, yeah, I don't understand why they have all these characters, which, you know, I later found out was people of color. Why they have all these characters doing Super Bowl halftime shows? What happened to the classics? What happened to the really good ones? Like, why can't we have Green Day up there or Imagine Dragons? I think I took a lot of me to not start laughing. And Imagine Dragons halftime show would be fiery. It would be electric, but it would be pretty funny, pretty memeable pretty quickly if they went up there and did Radioactive in 2026 or 2027. That would be crazy. And they'd have to bring up AJR too. They have to bring up AJR. So Imagine Dragons AJR combo halftime show would be great. A Travis Scott one. Travis Scott and Playboy Cardi would be cool if the NFL just let him do his thing and didn't like block out half the words. That would be kind of nice. Obviously Outcast way higher, but Prime Outcast obviously. Prime Outcast would be cool. If you could get Outcast to do like an Apple Music halftime show now, but like be them in their 90s self. I know these are pretty crazy wishes, but if you could do that, I would be a gigantic fan. I think that would be a lot of fun. Imagine Dragons, maybe 2014 Beatles would be crazy. I think Billie Eilish would be dope. I think it would be dope too, but I don't think it'll happen. That would be fun. It'd be fun. I think she'd do a lot with it, but again, she's not really like the energetic. You know, you wouldn't really turn up with Billie Eilish. You know, I don't know a lot of her music though. To be fair, Birds of a Feather and Bad Guy. See, Dream halftime show be old school Madden centric. That is also a fantastic idea. That is a great idea. I cannot ignore that. Travis and Cardi live vocals sound like a nightmare. I feel like set dress energy would be fire. That's what I mean. They'd have to like light the building on fire. They'd have to do Travis Scott and Playboy Cardi after the game. Like, you know, hang out and watch Travis Scott, Playboy Cardi, and they can just tear it down. Like that would be fun, honestly. If they did like a stadium demo, like whatever, like if they did it in Highmark Stadium, and after that they're like Fiend, and then they just hit a button and the whole stadium just comes down. That would be pretty cool, I think. That would be fun. Again, this is abstract. These are hypothetical, so I'm allowed to dream. Damn it. Who else would be fun? Golly, who would Kanye bring up? It would be cool if he brought up Rihanna to do all the lights, but she already did all the lights without Kanye, which hurt my feelings. Who could Kanye bring? Like Cudi, maybe? Probably. He could probably bring up Kid Cudi. He'd probably bring up Ty Dolla $ign, which, you know, is fine. Ty Dolla $ign is fine. At 3 stacks, he would get up there and start playing a flute nowadays. I think she has just enough energetic songs to get it done. She's not like Adele, lol. Okay. Adele would be interesting. Adele would be cool. There wouldn't be a dry eye in that audience. Again, Adele's time has come and gone. Lorde would be cool. I think I'd like a Lorde halftime show. That would be fun. She'd probably need some help, but I'd like a Lorde halftime show. I also just think a girl pop halftime show would be a lot of fun. Like we said yesterday, get Chapel up there, get Carp, get like just like a girl pop. That would be a lot of fun, I feel like. Don't roll your eyes at Ty Dolla $ign. I already did. Andrew Tate. We can't talk about who Kanye would bring up. That's true. He'd bring up the ghost of a certain ex-German fascist leader. But yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I am rolling my eyes at Ty Dolla $ign, though. This one's sad, but it would be cool if Mac Miller could do it. It's sad because he's not around anymore. But again, we're doing Dream halftime shows. I don't think Juice WRLD would have the chops for it, but maybe as a guest. That'd be something. He and Jar on the same wavelength. Really? Where is the Ty Dolla $ign I'm missing? Like what is like the great hit? I don't think you guys are gonna like this one, but I think the ASAP Rocky would do a good job. He'd probably have to go up with Tyler. That's someone else who would probably go up with Tyler. Get ASAP Rocky, Tyler the Creator, like halftime show. Bring Frank Ocean up there and make it happen. Give me a band of Sabrina Carpenter, Chapel, and Olivia Rodrigo and call it a day. That would be great. That's perfect. That's the last piece. That's the last Infinity Stone right there. Get Olivia Rodrigo. It would be very jarring. It'd be very weird. Good for you up there. But it would be fun. It would be a good show. Ty Dolla $ign's a feature killer. Like he steps up to the plate and like nails a feature. Is that his move? I realize I'm like sitting like this, knees up. It's kind of a weird look, but you know, I'm having fun with it. I'm wearing my New York Giants pajamas, my tie-dyes, fun. But yeah, that would be cool. Is he really a feature killer? So like what, I mean, the only Ty Dolla $ign I really like that I can think of off the dome is a Cinderella with Mac Miller. That's a really good one. That's a great song. I'll say that. How would Future do up there? I don't think Future is more than a guest appearance for a halftime show, but I feel like if he did a guest appearance, it would be pretty solid. I think Future would probably have to go up with like Drake or something though. They'd have to like squash their beef, which is far away. It'd be like maybe Future and Metro. That would be something. Maybe. I was gonna say Chance the Rapper, but that wouldn't work. That wouldn't be good at all. Who else? Sabrina battle Olivia Rodrigo with their diss songs they made about each other. Oh, that's true. They don't like each other. That's a good point. Future would kill it with no features. Jeez, really? It would be fun. Future would be fun. You're right. Future would be fun. I was just listening to 6 Feet Under, Weekend and Future. That's a great song. Future goes off in that one. It's a lot of fun. What would Future even perform? Like, What a Time to Be Alive? What? Like, I don't even know Future's music like that. Like, probably Mask Off, right? But God, I gotta look up Future's top songs. I wonder. I feel like I'm just blanking here. DJ Khaled, get him up there. Let's see. Whew. Wait. Yeah, like that. There you go. Jumpman. Yeah, and Life is Good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on the Future. I mean, unless you guys could think of other options, I'm good on the Future halftime show, to be honest with you. I'm good. I don't think it would be that great. I'm going to disagree with you there, Jarv. Sabrina and Olivia's cool now. They took pics together with Billy at the Grammys last year. That'd be a cool trio. Get Billy up there. Maybe throw Chapel. Do a foursome, four-way. that'd be fun. The fearsome foursome: Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo, Chapel Roan, and Billie Eilish. Welcome to the 2020s. Fortunately, James, I don't think Rihanna cares about music anymore. Oh, what's up, James? We need ASAP and Rihanna to do a halftime show. That would be fun. That would be fun. But Rihanna's done. Rihanna had her moment. I think she would have brought up Rocky already. I mean, damn, you got her pregnant, so I feel like they were close enough at that point. But it would be cool if ASAP Rocky went up there. That's like I said, with ASAP Rocky, Tyler, and get Callie up there. That would be fun. Maybe even a guest appearance of Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean can open. Like how Samuel L. Jackson opened the Kendrick show, or that one fella with the guitar with Bad Bunny's halftime show. It's like, that could be Frank Ocean. It's like, and then, just like a quick thing. It's like, new album coming out. And everyone's like, holy shit. And then there comes Tyler, the Creator. Yeah, look at mixtape Future. Man, they're not playing. Dude, you gotta understand, Jarv. They would not, like, again, this is a total hypothetical. I don't think Future's ever gonna get it. But in a Super Bowl halftime show, you gotta play the hits. You gotta play songs people know and recognize. You can't do like deep cut niche songs, right? And there's not a single one. Megan Thee Stallion halftime show would be lit. That actually probably could happen. Actually, that's not a crazy idea. Is she big enough? I mean, like, she's tall. But is she big enough to get the Super Bowl halftime show? I feel like that could happen. And shoot, I'd be a fan. Especially if there was a Super Bowl in, like, Houston again. Yeah. When's the next Houston Super Bowl? Next Super Bowl locations. I feel like that's actually kind of a slam dunk. Of course, they'll probably do country next time it's in Texas. But I do feel like... wow, you search Super Bowl champions on Google. It gives you, like, a whole Seahawks thing. Okay, let's see. 2027. What is this article? What is this article? Okay. Okay, so it goes LA, Atlanta, and then Vegas. And then, wow. Jeez. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, she's Rock Nation signing Frank Ocean dead. Come on. I just think she's got to get on a heater because she's a little cold right now. You're right. No, she does have to get on a heater. She's got to have like a big moment. Like, she has to have like a hell of a year. She's got to come back. Her and Klay Thompson. Bring Klay Thompson on the stage. Get him rapping. Other dream halftime shows. I think that's it. I think that's it. Let me just go through my Spotify really quick. I feel like I'm forgetting someone big. Like, I'd say The Weeknd, but it already happened. Get the Weeknd to run it back. Bruno Mars already happened. Lenny Kravitz, he went up there. Yeah, man. I think we got it. Pretty good, honestly. Yeah, Justin Timberlake went up there. I can't believe Justin Timberlake is like in my Apple Music recent. But she's got enough hits though, for sure. No doubt. But yeah, you're right. She has to have like a moment. She has to have like a big moment. She's got to break up with Klay Thompson and then drop like a hell of an album. That's what you need. Some real breakup fuel for if you're Megan Thee Stallion. But I'd be with that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Who would she bring up though? Who would Megan Thee Stallion bring up? Besides like Hudda and the Love Island gang. You guys saw? Yeah, I don't know if you guys watched Love Island or not. Probably not. But Megan Thee Stallion just popped up. She was a cameo for an episode. It was a really weird situation. They had a twerk off, which was an interesting approach. There's no more. Let's bring Elvis back from the dead. That would be something. Yeah, if we're bringing dead people back, yeah, bring Elvis back. Bring Aaliyah back. Mac Miller. Yeah, man, a lot of great options. I'm not gonna say Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD couldn't hang. I already said that, but Juice WRLD couldn't hang, unfortunately. Yeah, I like it. Damn it. Damn it. I said let Beyonce do it again. If they let Beyonce do it and she did Cowboy Carter, that would piss off more people than the Bad Bunny halftime show. That's for sure. The whole Beyonce country argument is so funny to me. People get so up in arms. Like, Beyonce's not country. It's like, why is she country? She's just not. It's like, tell me why she's not country. Explain. It's like, her music, it's not true. It's not honky tonk. And it's like, is every country music honky tonk? No, but something about, I can't say it. It's so funny. I was talking when I coached, I got into this exact conversation and it was so obvious. The girl, like, I could read her mind. We all know what she wanted to say, but she just couldn't bring herself to say it. And she was just stumbling. She was like, I don't know why. I don't think Beyonce is country. It's funny. It's a funny situation. AI halftime brought to you by DraftKings. Yeah, brought to you by Kalshi and DraftKings. Don't you love when car alarms go off at 7:30 in the morning? People are crazy. Country's not even country anymore. It's just hip hop and pop with a southern twang. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I'm not a huge country listener, but from what I've heard, yeah, totally. I'll tell you a guarantee. Post Malone will get a halftime show before we all pass. You know, unless I die today. Like, Post Malone will get a halftime show eventually. He'd probably be next one to get it in Texas. That just feels like a layup. They would do Post Malone and then like some other country artist. And I know Post Malone's not country, but it would be very much, you know, like, we may as well. Let's just put them all together and just shut up that side of the spectrum, you know? That's how I feel about it. I wouldn't be thrilled. I'm kind of over Post Malone. I feel like I'm not the only one, but he'd be fine. He'd be fine. Who else? It would be funny. I talked about this yesterday. It would be funny if they did like a 2010s pop, like halftime show where it was like One Republic, 21 Pilots. I guess that's the one where you throw Imagine Dragons in and just have like a 2010 throwback and just have like a bunch of random artists that like just popped off, like not even popped off, but had like a couple good songs like John Newman and, God, I had another one on my mind. Damn it. I lost it. Oh shit, no, it's Neon Trees. That would be another good one. You know, Animal and them. Yeah, man. And then whoever, yeah, man. I think that would be a fun one. Just 2010s, bring it back, like a nice throwback. They'll never do that. Post and Wall will be the next halftime show. I'm gonna keep saying, but congratulations to Super Bowl would hit like crack. That's a good point. That is a good point. I just wouldn't be thrilled about the rest of the set list. But I do think that'll be. Again, what do they do in LA? My vote still goes to the Tyler ASAP show, but I don't think it'll happen. So again, I think Post is probably the most likely. I'm with you there, Jarv. I am. And then Vegas, you could really do anything. What would a Vegas halftime show look like? Because I feel like Atlanta, you could go like Southern rap, get 21 Savage up there, and Gunna. I don't even know if he's from Atlanta, but what would Vegas have? Like, Vegas isn't like a music, there's no Vegas music pipeline, so it's kind of tough to predict. You could really do anything with Vegas. That might be the country year. If they don't do it this year, Vegas will probably be the country year, just because why not, you know? We'll see. Foster the People. There you go. Let's do Pumped Up Kicks on the Super Bowl halftime show. All right. I'm gonna tell this story, and I'm gonna call it a stream. I'm probably not supposed to be talking about this, but it's okay. I already told Blake Robinson this story this week, but interesting little come back to life moment. So a few days ago, I went to a Mexican eatery, Mexican restaurant, and I went to get, you know, food, as one does. And to take my order was this guy, and I kind of recognized him from high school. And I was like, I wonder if this is the guy. And I'm obviously not gonna say his name, but I was like, and not even that, like, that would do anything. It's like, oh, expose him. But like, I'm like, I wonder if this is the guy, right? and because he didn't wear a name tag, and I got the order, and it was like, all right, cool, man. And then I look at the receipt, and it sure as shit was his name. You know, it was, let's just say his name was Rob. It's not, but Rob, right? It's like, oh my God, it's Rob from high school. I thought that was him. And the reason I recognized him in particular was because one day in my sophomore year of high school, this was pre-COVID, sophomore year of high school, this dude puts on his Snapchat story, if I fail my math test tomorrow, I'm gonna unload some ammunition at the school. He said shoot. I'm gonna shoot the school up, all right? Do not take that line out of context. That's what he said, right? So he put that on his Snapchat story. His friends only Snapchat story, by the way, the thing that only had a few people. And that spread like wildfire, and quick. People were talking about it. Someone screenshotted it, and then another person sent it, and then another person sent it, and it would spread like wildfire. I heard about it, and it's the most obvious joke ever. Like at that point, edgy humor was so back. It was early in high school. Everybody was trying to like say like 9/11 jokes, you know, like crazy stuff. Everyone was trying to be edgy, right? And he said that, and like it was obviously that he was kidding. But a lot of people took that as the opportunity to like, you know, oh man, I'm not going to school tomorrow. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to risk my life. And I get it. In the parlance of our times, you definitely don't want to mess around with that kind of stuff. But it felt pretty obvious he was joking. So I went to school that day because, you know, I've always had that dream of taking down the school shooter. I figure if it's going to happen, tomorrow's the day. I've always had that fantasy, right, of, you know, saving the day. And, oh, my God, this Hunter guy's awesome. Everybody wants to date him. And I was very, you know, not happy with myself at the time. Honestly, there was a part of me in sophomore year that was like, I hope he just does it. Honestly, just get me out of here. I hope he does it. I dare him, right? So I went to school. About 1/8 of the school went. It was just high school. About 1/8 of the people went, which I thought was hilarious because I was sitting there in first period and everyone was like, well, I guess we could just like watch a movie or something. Like the teachers had no clue what to do. And then they get on the intercom. They're like, hey, by the way, classes are on as scheduled. I don't know why everyone skipped, but classes are on. And it was like, great. God forbid we get a free day. God forbid we get a day off, right? So all because this dude put something on his Snapchat story, right? And I saw the guy at the Mexican place taking my order. Again, I don't know if college happened, but again, here I am to talk. I'm not Mr. Moneybag, so again, I'm not judging the guy, but I did remember him. And the reason I bring it up now is because that day we had a morning show, and in that morning show, we would play whatever music, licensed or not, right? Play whatever music as people were getting in from break into listen to the morning show. It happened between third and fourth period, right? And from what I heard, this is how it went in the studio. It went, hey, what song should I play, guys? I can't think of anything. And then someone, an upperclassman, a senior, I think, mind you, I was a sophomore, told another sophomore, hey, play Pumped Up Kicks. That would be funny. And she did. She played Pumped Up Kicks to the whole school as like a nod to, you know, what that song's about. And it was a legendary moment. And I wanted to talk about that story because I thought it was funny. And when Jarvis said foster the people, it made me think of that because, you know, crazy how life comes at you, right? Shockingly, the sophomore didn't get in any trouble because, you know, she donated a lot of money to the school. Let's call a spade here. And, you know, the principal and people liked her, which pissed me off. And a funny story with her really quick. When I was making my tanking video, she went to UT Austin. I texted her. I was like, hey, you're doing like cinematics for UT Austin. Got any good pictures of Arch Manning? Didn't respond. Like, okay, Miss Celebrity. Let's not get too excited about ourselves here. I'll just Google it. Thanks, though. So I was able to make it. And then, you know, some of you guys saw the tanking video, which was a good one. But yeah, so that's the story. So word of advice, if you're in high school or in college, don't put on your Snapchat that you're going to, you know, bring a firearm to school if you fail a test. Never a good move. Because it could land you, you know, in a world of trouble. The kid got expelled, by the way. Shocker. So I never saw him again after that day. It's a damn shame. There you go. Weekends from Vegas, we did it already. He is? I think he's from Toronto. Wait. He was like, oh, I'm getting money out of this, taking a pic of people, doing something so terrible. Yeah, your senior year was the COVID. My junior year was the COVID year. I actually thought it was a lot of fun because I got to miss out on the SATs and the ACTs, which I'm excited about. And also, AP tests were easier. I passed my AP Lang test just because it was COVID, thank God. I mean, you can't cheat on an essay, but I just felt good. I felt in my element. So that was nice. Needed that because I was not going to pass either way. Same thing with AP US History. I was not going to pass that test if it wasn't COVID. Not even because I cheated. I'm not admitting to cheating on my AP test, but it was just nice to take it from home and, you know, practice well. And the tests were way easier. They were way shortened. So it was nice. It was nice. She probably thought you were hitting on her low. Yeah, seriously. Seriously. Yeah, you should let her know you're on the road to 100 million subs. Yeah, honestly. It's like I was pissed. I was like, okay then, thanks. Like the amount of times I helped this girl with homework and stuff. Like we were friends. It wasn't like I just texted some random girl. We were friends. She was in the broadcast class. I was also in the broadcast class. And I was like, what the hell? We've known each other for like 6 years. You can't respond to a text? Simple no would have sufficed. Just straight up didn't respond. People are so big on trauma after Big 20. Yeah, really, the Big 2020. Yeah, man. But that was pre-COVID, so that was before it all went down. But that was wild. And I wish I could say that was the only time there was like a shooting or bomb threat to my school, or a school in the area. But that was not a rare occasion, which is a bummer. It's a sad thing. Hot take: school shootings aren't good. I mean, hell, you say that in Washington, they're like, well, but hold on, let's give it context. It's like, yeah. But that's my little political soliloquy and my story of when my school did not almost, but you know, there was a moment where people thought it was going to get pumped up kicks. But anyways, that's the show. Like I said, not trying to put anyone on blast. Yeah, not giving any more details on that one because I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, no, senior year was post-COVID. Like it was 2021, which I thought was fun because, you know, school was kind of whatever. People were still ushering back into it. You could go hybrid. So I went hybrid on quiz and test days, which was hilarious. I also dated this girl who like very specifically would only go hybrid on like quiz and test days, but she was also in like I don't know how else to say this, but like the special class because she had ADHD or whatever. Like, yeah, join the club. She had ADHD and was like hooked on Adderall. And she was like, yeah, I got the test answers if you need them. And I was just like, all right. And we dated for a little bit. It was a good time. But yeah, high school was weird. High school was wild. The Lions aren't going to be good this year. I have nothing else to talk about. Nick Sirianni's the Dole Whip. But anyways, guys, that's the morning show. If you're watching and you went to my high school, I'm not trying to put you on blast. And, you know, that's that. Those are the stories. It's been a good morning. So tomorrow, which again, we'll be here. We're doing this 5 days a week. Tomorrow, I want to compare quarterbacks to Super Smash characters. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And what else was I going to do? Was that it? Or there was something else, right? Wait, I got to see. Someone put it in the chat. What else was I going to do? Jeez. Really glad we got into this halftime show talk. This is going to be a tough find. Oh, the fake headlines idea. That's also fun. Probably do that on Friday. Fake headlines. That way I can clip farm shorts. But yeah, guys, that's the morning show. Thank you for tuning in. This was a lot of fun. I don't know. Is music still playing? It is. Nice. Sonic. Is it? Apparently, maybe. I don't even know. Maybe my headset died. This is not exciting TV to watch. My headset died. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching. And again, if you haven't watched my ad video already, the great losing Super Bowl performance forgotten to time at some point. Like the best teams that lost the Super Bowl. But yeah, that's the show. And drop a like if you haven't already. And check out my ads video. If you already watched it, watch it again. There might be some Easter eggs you didn't see the first time. Much like the Bad Bunny's halftime show. I want to make a video about that, but I don't really know what I would add. Everybody's already beaten me to it. Malcio said bye. I'm calling it there. Once Malcio says bye, I'm done. But thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning and maybe Thursday night. Who knows? Hunnaball Am. Best player performances. That makes sense. I will check it out. Julio Jones in that Super Bowl against the Patriots is up there. Thank you for watching.